Quick question. What are you afraid of? Spiders? Heights? The dark? Now here's a scarier question. Where did those fears come from? Because the answer goes back further than you think. Way, way further. Ancient humans weren't just scared of monsters under the bed. They were scared of real things. Things that could, and did, kill them. But here's what's wild. Some of those exact fears, you still have them. Right now. Running inside your body. This is what they feared most. Fear number 1. Darkness. And I don't mean being a little nervous when the lights go off. I mean pure, absolute terror. Because for ancient humans, darkness wasn't just uncomfortable. Darkness meant something was out there. Something with better eyes than you. Something faster than you. And it was hungry. There were no streetlights, no phone flashlights, no way to see what was coming. The moment the sun went down, you were blind, and something else wasn't. This is why you still feel uneasy walking down a dark hallway at night. That's not weakness. That's 300,000 years of survival instinct, still running in your body. Right now. Fear number 2. Predators. Here's something school never told you. For most of human history, we were not the top predators. We were the prey. Saber-toothed cats, giant hyenas, cave lions the size of bears. These animals didn't fear us. We feared them. Early humans weren't powerful hunters with weapons and tactics. They were small. They were slow and they were easy to catch. Every rustle in the grass, every shadow at the tree line, every sound in the dark could be the last thing you ever heard. This is why your heart suddenly pounds when something moves fast at the corner of your eye. Your brain still thinks it's a predator. It's been doing that for hundreds of thousands of years, and it is not going to stop anytime soon. Fear number 3. Starvation. No supermarkets, no refrigerators, no delivery apps. If the hunt failed, you didn't eat. If the season was bad, you didn't eat. If you got injured and couldn't move, you didn't eat. And if you didn't eat long enough, you died. It was that simple. This fear was so constant, so deep, that it literally rewired the human brain. Why do you eat past the point of being full? Why do you crave sugar and fat more than anything else? Because your ancient brain is still screaming. Store it now. You don't know when the next meal is coming. That voice in your head at 2 in the morning, standing in front of the fridge, that voice is 300,000 years old. Fear number 4. Getting sick. Imagine waking up with a high fever. Your body is burning. You can't move. You're getting weaker by the hour. And you have absolutely no idea why. No concept of bacteria. No understanding of viruses. No doctors. No medicine. No explanation of any kind. Your body is just betraying you. And there is nothing you can do about it. Ancient humans didn't just fear sickness. They feared it like a curse. Like something dark had entered their body from the outside. So they invented explanations, shamans, rituals, sacrifices, prayers to things they couldn't see. Not because they were foolish. Because when something terrifies you, and you cannot explain it, you invent a reason. That's not primitive. That is deeply, deeply human, and we still do it today. Fear number 5, and this one might actually surprise you. Namakan other humans. Not predators. Not storms. Not sickness. Other people. Rival tribes. Strangers. Someone who looked different. Sounded different. Came from somewhere unfamiliar. To ancient humans, a stranger wasn't just unfamiliar. A stranger could mean war. Your tribe was everything. Your tribe shared food, protected children, kept each other alive. An outsider threatened all of that, in an instant. This is where tribalism was born. That deep, gut-level suspicion of people who aren't part of your group. And before you think you've evolved past it, your brain still does this, every single day. Fear number 6. The sky? Specifically, the things up there they could not control. Thunder, lightning, floods, earthquakes, and eclipses. Imagine seeing a solar eclipse for the very first time. No science, no calendar warning, no astronomer telling you everything is fine. You're standing outside on an ordinary day, and then the sun, the thing that has risen every single morning of your entire life, starts disappearing, slowly, silently, gone. To ancient humans, that wasn't astronomy. That was the end of the world. So they did what humans have always done. When faced with something terrifying and unexplainable, they made it a god. The sun, the storm, the earthquake, the flood. If it could kill you, and you couldn't understand it, it became divine. This is literally where religion begins. Not from stupidity, from fear, and from being human. But here's the one nobody talks about. The fear that genuinely haunted ancient humans. More than predators. More than starvation. More than the sky itself. The dead. Specifically, the dead coming back. And here's the thing. We don't have to guess about this. We have real archaeological evidence. Physical proof. Dug out of the ground. That this fear was so real. Ancient humans took extreme measures to contain it. Across Europe, from Germany to Italy to Greece, archaeologists have found graves. But not normal graves. Bodies buried face down, heavy rocks piled on top, stones stuffed inside the mouth, limbs tied tightly together. And when you look at the evidence, this wasn't a burial ritual. This wasn't to honor the dead. This was to keep them in the ground. No, these are called deviant burials. And they date back over 4,000 years. The fear was so powerful that people spent real time and real effort making absolutely certain the dead stayed dead, just to be safe. Think about that for a second. These weren't superstitious, uneducated strangers. These were our direct ancestors. And they were so genuinely terrified of what came after death that they pinned bodies to the earth with rocks, just in case. The zombie fear is not a modern invention. It is ancient. It is human. And it was completely real. Here's the part that should genuinely blow your mind. Every single fear we just talked about, you still have a version of it. Fear of the dark, still there. Fear of predators, still there. Quietly hiding behind every sudden noise. Fear of starvation, still there. Every time you eat past the point of being full. Fear of strangers, still there. Running in the background every time you meet someone unfamiliar. Fear of the unexplainable sky, still there. Every time a storm rolls in and your chest gets tight. And fear of something coming back to get you. That's not just still there. That is the entire horror movie industry. Every zombie film, every haunted house, every monster under the bed is just ancient humans sitting around a campfire, piling rocks on a grave. We never stopped being afraid. We just changed the format. But here's what's actually remarkable. Ancient humans were terrified of almost everything. The dark, predators, starvation, disease, strangers, the sky, the dead. They lived inside a world that was trying to kill them from every single direction. And yet, they went anyway. They walked into the dark because they had to hunt. They approached strangers because sometimes that meant trade, not war. They buried their dead with rocks, said their prayers, and got up the next morning. They were scared every single day of their lives, and they survived anyway. Fear didn't stop them. Fear drove them. It was the engine, the thing that kept them moving, adapting, building, creating. And here's the honest truth. It's still driving you. Every time you feel nervous about something new, that is not a flaw. That is 300,000 years of survival, coded into your body, by people who were afraid and kept going anyway. You come from those people. So here's my question for you. Which of these fears do you still feel today? The dark? Strangers? Something unexplainable happening to your body? Or maybe that quiet fear, that something from the past, isn't quite done yet? Drop it in the comments. I read every single one, and I genuinely want to know. And if this video got you thinking, I already made a video about what happens when the sun disappears for 24 hours. And I'll tell you this, ancient humans who witnessed a solar eclipse genuinely believed it was the end of everything. After watching that video, I kind of understand why. That video is right here. See you there.